I'm interested in exploring the relationship between health behaviors and Alzheimer's disease and risk-related dementias, so-called ADRD, using genomic, metabolomic, and socioeconomic data. Particularly, I want to elucidate the metabolomic and epigenetic pathways that play an important role in the smoking ADRD relationship. So today I will be talking about metabolomic pathways. Smoking is the greatest health hazard in the world, and smoking increases the risk of vascular problems and dementia. Smoking is also closely related to the development of Alzheimer's disease. However, only a few studies have established the molecular mechanisms between smoking and ADRD. Although some studies have identified the relationship between metabolites and smoking or smoking and ADRD, the biological pathways in the smoking metabolites ADRD relationship have not been investigated. RAP, Wisconsin Registry for Alzheimer's Prevention, is one of the largest studies of individuals at risk of Alzheimer's disease. Smoking status is the exposure of an interest for this study. Cognitive functions is the indicators for the ADRD and the outcomes of this study. We have 169 CSF metabolites and 1236 plasma metabolites in RAP. There are 4 traditional and necessary steps to test mediation. For the first step, we figure out if there is causal relationship between the exposure and the outcome. In step 2, we try to understand if there is associations between smoking and metabolites, which are the potential mediators. In the step 3, we also want to know that if there is associations between metabolites and cognitive functions. Lastly, in the step 4, for the mediation analysis, we establish if metabolites are completely or partially mediating the smoking ADRD relationship. The table on the right side is the result for the step 1, association between smoking status and cognitive functions. It shows that smoking status is significantly associated with 4 cognitive outcomes. So we are going to move to step 2. In the step 2, we applied several different thresholds to see how many metabolites and which metabolites were significantly associated with smoking. Using FDR less than 0.05, we found 48 CSF metabolites and 640 plasma metabolites. In the step 3, among 640 plasma metabolites in step 2, we found that several metabolites were also significantly associated with cognitive outcomes. In the step 4 mediation analysis, we used the metabolites that have satisfied the criteria for the step 2 and 3. Total effect models are not mediated. We could get the total effect of smoking on cognitive functions. Mediation models, from the mediation models, we could get the indirect effect and the direct effect. The indirect effect is the amount of mediation, and the sum of indirect effect and the direct effect is the total effect. We also constructed confidence intervals for coefficient for the indirect effect to see if those metabolites were statistically significant. So through those 4 steps, we found several metabolites that played a role as a mediator in the pathways of smoking ADRD. And acetylnumeronate is the best known member of sialic acids. Some studies show that sialic acids were significantly associated with both smoking and cognitive functions. The other studies also show that CD33 gene has linked to related late onset of Alzheimer's disease and reduced expression of the CD33 sialic acid binding domain confers protection. Thank you.